So, after half an hour of torrential downpour, with ice, of course, in June, poncho's working great, actually much better than I expected, and everything's wet, muddy and wet. Covered my backpack with a trash bag. Didn't cut it up or anything. It's as good as new, the trash bag. I just put it around the backpack and no problem. Enough trees here to cut the wind so it wouldn't dangle. And everything's dry. So am I, except for my sneakers and my butt. Because I sat down on my hammock chair and water gathered in the middle, of course. And by the time I pulled the lines longer and covered the corners with my poncho, it was already too late. I was already wet, so it didn't make much difference. But other than that, I'm dry. And thought, what better moment to try to make a fire. You know, just practice. All I have on me is my Boreal in the sheath that was intended for it. This is Diving Sparrow Boreal sheath, actually. And it is great. It is great. It's waxed, very hard leather, no fire steel loop, which I must admit I like. I really like the no fire steel loop. I like having fire steel loop on the sheath of my knife, but this sheath just looks so good without it. And I have my fire steel that I attach to my belt, and it's actually a great stopper for the knife not to come any further in front on the belt. I really am liking this system. So the rest of my things is in my backpack. Dry. The thing I was most worried about was my phone. Had it in my pocket almost the whole time. So, what better occasion than this one to try and get fire from a fire steel. It's not that difficult, I imagine. You know, all you need is to find a nice dry piece of wood, and preferably you would pick up one off a tree. Oh well, this one looks dead enough. But you don't want to go too high because it's live here, so I want to cut it off here. Not going to be able to do this with just one hand free, so I'm just going to cut this off and see you afterwards. Or maybe I'll find something thicker and equally dry. We'll see. Now, because this is dogwood, if I would have just attempted to break the branch off, it would have probably taken a lot of force and would have broken off from the live part as well. I just don't want that. So, chopping does come in handy. There are further forecasts for thunderstorms today, so that wasn't the only one. Anyway, I have my dry wood here, and I'll see you back at my usual place. My poncho did a very good job, so I rewarded it by hanging it up on a tree so we can rest for the next one, because by the way everything looks, there's going to be another one. But now I know. I also took my foam padding and I'm gonna put that on my hammock chair. That's gonna keep my tush dry. And I don't know if you can see it, but in the middle it's dry. The rest, you can see the water getting into that. So let's split it one more time, if we can, through the middle. Because the blade is so thin, it was very easily controlled doing this. I guess when you have a less than perfect wood, you should have more patience. This little flame really needs that. This is my sheath for the Boreal. It is made by Abe Elias, and the nice thing about it is it was made for me. Abe made this sheath for me. He asked me what color I wanted, and I told him a dark brown. He painted it. You can see it has a slight reddish hue, which is just beautiful. It is waxed, hard, very hard leather. It is very thick, you can see it, and it fits the knife perfectly. And like I said, it was made for me, which is one of the coolest things. Abe said For him it was just natural. He stands behind any of his knives, and because I had a different sheath for this one, not the original sheath, he said he'll do that for me, and I thought that was very, very, very cool, very kind, and very, very generous. So in this sense, sorry. Thank you very much, Abe. I am really liking the sheath. It fits the knife perfectly. It was a bit stiff at the beginning, of course, but within a week of not even working with the knife that much, it just loosened up and it holds the knife in. Put it in one-handed. Have to be a bit more careful, but I can take it out. Due to the fact that it's waxed, you don't get cuts on the inside of the sheath because it stays apart, the leather stays apart, the blade goes in the middle, so there are no cuts in this sheath, which I think is just genius. This was a little bushcraft practice after the rain, and I'm going to take a little time out, see how my cam chair is doing. And by the way, there's my poncho, taking a time out as well. It was a long video. Hope you enjoyed it. It's the middle of June, and hail, it's a bit much, but it was still a fun day.